Hey there. I am so excited to show you a preview of our new SAM product, which is designed to make it easier than ever for you to scale your agency by getting more clients than you thought were possible. If you're using our page or managed service products, then you know that everything that we've done to date was to help you automate your operations so that you could really focus on selling. Well, with SAM, we're now going to help you sell more. So without further ado, let me show you it. SAM is a really cool platform that replaces a couple different things in your current tech stack and cost structure. So one, SAM is designed to help you get customers or clients in the most effective way possible, which is cold calling. A lot of people hate the idea of cold calling, but the truth is it's more effective than ads, than cold emailing, than building a newsletter, by knocking on doors, by any other method. We've seen this with hundreds of agencies, and we ask them how they're growing when we see that they're growing faster than the others. And time after time, we hear that it's cold calling. So what we built here is a tool that makes it possible for you to scale a cold calling team without really knowing much about sales yourself. Think about SAM as an automated sales manager. Every day, SAM will give either you or your sales reps a fresh set of leads that have all the details on them that they need to call them, as well as scripts that are shown to be effective and the rebuttals to the objections that they might hear along the way. SAM keeps your sales reps motivated by showing them their daily goals, showing how far they've gotten to their quotas that you've assigned, and so much more. I'm just going to jump into it and show you what it can do today, but please keep in mind that this video was taken day one. This is an alpha level video, meaning you are one of the first people to see this and get access to it. So please don't expect it to be perfect. Just know that our goal is to turn this into a product that has the most accurate real-time information on leads that are likely to buy local SEO services and have data on each lead that you need to effectively sell them, which I'm going to show you how we do this. It's also going to become more of a sales training tool where there's a module where you can have fake conversations with fake leads, and it's going to throw objections your way so that you can just quickly respond to them with the goal of getting them over as many as possible. So I have tons of ideas for what I want to add to this product, but they say that if you're not embarrassed of your product when you launch it, then you waited too long. So welcome to my embarrassment. It's a really good start though. All right, so I'm logged into my account, and to start, all users get 5 free leads every single day forever. So if you just want to use this tool to call 5 people a day because you're too busy doing everything else, then that is a very achievable goal. Just log in, call your 5 leads, and move on. You can also upgrade to get more leads. So I'm in an account that's getting 85 right now every day. And let me show you how it works. So we're looking at this first lead here. This is the first one in my call queue that I should call. And it structures your lead list based on the type of business that you say you want to sell to. So I selected HVAC contractors, which is why all of these are going to be HVAC businesses. And then it structures them in order from East Coast to West Coast. So you can start calling East Coast businesses since they're open first, and then you can work your way across the country. All right, the first thing you're going to get on this business is a summary that lets you know, when available, we'll give you all this information, that the owner of this business is Jamie Barajas. They have 15 Google reviews and a 4.8 rating. They have profiles on Google, Yelp, Angie, and BBB. This tells you a little bit about how much effort they put in their marketing. And we even will tell them who their most likely biggest competitor is. This is who's ranking #1 for their most important search term. They likely earn $8,000 per customer, and there are around 320 people looking for their type of business each month in their area. This is really helpful information when you're selling local SEO because it tells you how big of an opportunity it is for this business. And then it tells you what their total market size is per month in new customer value, which is defined as all of the income that this business owner will get from getting a single customer for the lifetime of that customer. And I'm going to show you how we calculate these because they're different based on every single business type and city that they're located in, because we have to take into account the proximity of how big their city is and how far away people live from it. Okay, as we scroll down, you can see there is a script preloaded. And this is going to have a large library of scripts that we know are going to work well. And how do we know that? Well, we've been doing this for a long time, and we are also hiring a large sales team to prove out all this information and fine tune everything so that we can make this as useful as possible for you. If you don't like this script, you can go and change it, and you can read them before you select them. But it's really important that you select the right one, because I'll show you in a little bit. We actually track which leads were read which script so that we can tell you what your most effective scripts are. And the same applies for the objections that you get. So we preloaded the account with the main objections that typically a small business owner will give when selling this kind of service. So if they say that they don't have the budget for it, bam, you or your sales rep click it, and it'll give you a very good rebuttal to saying that they have no budget. So you can immediately respond to it by saying, I get it. Budgets are tight. The good news is blah, blah, blah. And this way you don't need to fumble over when someone throws up a reason why they can't work with you. Maybe they say, call me later. It'll work you through that. Or they say, I have to talk to my partner about this, right? It has all the most common objections and how you can immediately rebut them. If we keep scrolling down, you can see how we populate all this information. So again, this is alpha, so please forgive the dust. But here it's going to tell you who the owner is, the type of business, their address, their contact phone number. So if you're using an auto dialer or a dialer, it'll pick up this phone number. And so you can just click the button and your dialer will make the call. In time, we're going to add a dialer to SAM, so you can actually dial through our software. But for now, you'll just put this phone number into whatever your dialer is or click the extension. It'll tell you how long the business has been operating for. So you kind of have an idea for like how established this business might be. And it'll also tell you the other online search platforms specific to their industry that they have profiles on. So for example, these guys have a business profile on Angie. So you can learn a little bit more about them by clicking over to it if you want. We also plan on adding some icons so you can easily see if they're paying for leads on these different platforms. Because if they are, you know that selling them local SEO should be easy. We can also tell you what ad pixels they have on their website. So this will tell you if they're likely spending money on Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok, whatever it might be. So you can get an idea for what they're spending. Here, it'll give you some information about their website. And then over here, we're showing their top competitor. So when you're talking to them, you'll probably want to say, legacy air conditioning and heating, blah, blah, blah. You can see this lead's current rank position for the keyword HVAC contractors in Las Vegas. So they're not showing up in the top 20 for that keyword, which means that if they do get to the number one spot, their business will grow by almost 30,000%. And then the total value that is available in their market within like the 30-minute range from Las Vegas is $2.6 million a month. That's the total pie for HVAC contractors within 30 minutes of where this business is centered. And it gives you the justification for how we came up with that number. So seasonal tune-ups and small repairs, it's about $300 a year plus a system replacement is $6,000 to $7,000. Over a decade will roughly net you $8,000 per customer. So if you can sell it this way, you're probably not charging $8,000 a month for the service. So, one customer more than pays for it. And then here we will show you the date that this data was last audited. So we don't let our data get stale. If we're going to assign you a lead, then we're going to first make sure that the data was updated within the last 7 or 10 days. And if it wasn't, then we're going to go and refresh all this data so that you have the most up-to-date information possible. Okay, next is, let's say you're on the phone with them, you're reading through the script, and then it comes down to tell page what happened. So let's start with didn't buy. It's only asked why this wasn't a success. And this is where you can go ahead and say that they said, they just didn't have the budget and they don't believe that it's going to work. What you'll do is say continue. And now Sam is going to store that reason for this lead. And I'm going to show you how we surface this on the reports in a couple of minutes. Okay. The next thing that you can do is set it to be on hold. And the reason this is important is because all the leads that you set one of these statuses for, so if you say they didn't buy, then what happens is they clear out at around midnight and then you get a new lead for the next day. Okay. And so if you want to try again, you can put this one on hold for, maybe you're going to try again tomorrow. So you might just put it on hold for 2 days. Or maybe a meeting was booked for next week. So, maybe you want to add some buffer time to it and say, hold this lead for me for 9 days. And the reason that you need to do this is because if you don't put it on hold and you marked it as didn't buy or sold, it's going to then, it's going to clear out of your system, at midnight and give you a new one. As long as you contacted it. If you just left it as is and just left it as like assigned, then it's going to stay in your system. And you want to keep it on hold because these leads get rotated. So if you release it and say like they didn't buy, then another agency will get this lead, I want to say in 2 weeks from now. And then lastly, there's the option to say signing up. So maybe you talk to them and said, oh, great, I'm going to sign up tomorrow. So what you might want to do is say, okay, put it on hold for 2 days. I'm going to reach out to them tomorrow and make sure that they actually signed up. Because as you work through your call list, it goes through all the new assigned ones. And then we'll show you all the ones on hold so you can progress those every day as well. Okay. The next thing that you want to do is say sold, and this will mark it as sold. And soon we'll have the ability to connect Sam with Paige so that if you are using Paige can confirm your sales so that we know for sure that this lead or this sales rep was the one that sold this agency, this small business. So I'm just going to mark that as sold. All right. Now, remember, part of SAM is not just giving you leads and kind of serving as a CRM, but it's also making sure that you or your sales reps are as efficient as possible. And so to do that, we have pretty simple yet robust reporting. So if we click over to the reports, we can see for the last 30 days or all time, some very important metrics, including how many sales did each rep get in this time period? What is the average sales cycle in terms of number of days? What is their quota attainment? What's their close rate, dial to meeting set ratio? And then it'll not only just tell you this for your agency, but also if you see here versus industry, this is going to compare all the different marketing agencies that are selling local SEO services to small businesses to tell you how you're doing at a high level compared to all of them. And I think that this is a super cool feature because it lets you know at a high level, how are you performing, right? And if you're not performing well, what changes do you need to make? And then down here, it'll show in this sales rep scorecard, all of the different sales reps that you've onboarded. So I'm the only one on my team right now, and you can see my metrics are here. It'll then sum all of them up for agency totals, and then it'll give you that compared to the industry total. So again, all the other agencies that are selling local SEO. And then down here, we can see the objection overview. So these are all the objections that you're getting the most. So you can see why your sales reps unable to close. What's holding them up? Is it price? Is it they do it themselves, whatever it might be that you might want to tweak your offer or your script to better handle. And again, this is going to tell you how you compare to the general industry. And if we scroll down some more, you can now see the script effectiveness. So if you're using the local marketing audit script, what is your close rate? Or if you're using to educate them about the importance, what's your close rate? So you can figure out, based on the number of leads that you use this script for, what percentage became customers. So this reporting tab is going to replace the need to do very lengthy, annoying work inside your CRM or spreadsheets to really be able to just scale out and hire a bunch of sales reps and know which ones you should keep or not. There's also some ability to customize some things right now. So if we go over to settings, you can set your agency name as well as like a player name, because there will be leaderboards. So you can hide the name of your agency if you want. And over here, you can also invite users. So you can invite your sales reps here. And as soon as they accept that invite, that's when it's going to charge you for the number of leads that you assign to them on the next screen. Over here, you can make some tweaks to a user. So here, you can change the pricing tier, or rather the number of leads that they're assigned each day, which changes the price. And you can do this on a per sales rep level. And then you can also change the quotas for how many calls they need to make per day, week, or month, how many meetings they need to get per day, week, or month, and then how many closed deals you expect them to get per day, week, or month. Lastly, we are going to break out the billing and subscription here so that you can see everything that you've been charged, your invoices, so you have really good visibility into this. Lastly, for now, and I say for now because we are going to add a lot to this in the coming weeks, is there's the playbook. So this is where you can go and see the scripts that were added. You can add new scripts, or if you already have ones that are working well. To start, the only thing that you can sell and have the metrics make sense for you is local SEO. But in the future, we will likely add website development and other things that agencies are selling. And then for objections, we preloaded your account with all the most common objections, and you will have the ability to add your own as well as edit these ones in the future. So SAM right now, very basic tool, but once we get all the kinks out, then we're going to start to rapidly add really cool features with the end goal of letting you really just hire an infinite number of SDRs or appointment setters so you can get as many sales as possible, which you can then use Page to fully automate all the work for. Hopefully you find this exciting. And if you have any feedback, then please let us know. If you've been with us for a while, then you know that we always develop features based on your feedback. So we cannot do this without your input. Thank you so much.